Sip of coffee. Hello, 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 everybody. Let's turn the music off. Let's actually get to the game. Sorry for the the 1 second delay there, or the 1 minute delay. I had to finish up my sandwich and finish up my lunch. Got my coffee all ready to go. Oh, I still have music turned on. Nope. There we go. Actually get to the game. Let's turn that down. The 1 second delay there. A few things I want to mention. Number one, there will be no music turned on for the game. Because someone is claiming all of the videos associated with them. So I have turned the music off altogether. Everything else will be turned on. Actually, I want to set you to medium. There we go. But yeah, so some of you guys know playing as Canada badly, because I still don't know what I'm doing, to be 100% honest with you. I recently found out that you can do reforms, which are a lot better. Basically large overall acts and things like that. Recently learned some stuff about, for example, the service industry here. For example, how kind of like, you know, how income tax and things like that kind of work out, and you know, some of these numbers here. And you'll notice too that the game's been acting kind of weird for me. I think something's going on with my computer at the back end. I don't know what it is, but for some reason, the game itself, or actually my computer's been acting kind of weird. So if you notice any weirdness going on, things like that, just pretend you don't see it. But yeah, so we're going to attempt to continue on this playthrough, even though I'm pretty sure I have pretty much screwed up right from the beginning. Cool. So the way this has been read to me is a lot of people are usually saying within the first 3 months, you should enact your things that you want to do. Large changes to taxes and, you know, whatever you like, whatever it is that you're going to be doing, or what your playthrough plan is. You do the big changes always at the beginning, in the first few months of your I guess you're in your situation office. Now, I didn't know that. So as you guys know, I went through and kind of tweaked and modified and did a whole bunch of things, not really thinking about overall how it would affect the game. So we'll have to see just how badly I've kind of screwed things up. We'll see. Number two, or the next thing on the docket, is COVID. So COVID is happening. So right now we have 0 cases in Canada. There is, I think, 0 worldwide, actually. Except for... yeah, I think the only cases right now are actually in China, which I think is accurate. In January, though the numbers obviously can be probably disputed significantly. I'm assuming the more authoritarian your government gets, you can lie about how many cases you have, a la, obviously, China. I don't know. If I just select COVID. Okay, here we go. So currently active, there's 23 cases when we first started on the 9th. Wait. It's January 9th, which is here. Oh, okay, sorry, yeah. So this is the number of cases at the beginning of the game. This is the number of cases worldwide. So right now, the number of severe cases is sitting at about what? Maybe 6 or 7. Looks like there's been no deaths, obviously, from there. And then the overall active cases, 25. So, cases are there. What we're going to be doing is Canada. So Canada, definitely, we've weathered this a lot better than, for example, our southern neighbors down in the States. So I'm planning on enacting a few different things as things progress. Basically, we're going to look at it every week and see how badly things are going on a week-by-week basis when it comes to the virus. But we're going to be looking at things like, I think it's work. So we're already doing a thing there. I thought there was some options down here. I think you have to get the virus first before you can enact certain things, but we're going to kind of do things anyways. So right now we're making money, which is good. We're actually going to spend it on things like testing and stuff like that. Which... What? Can I not buy tests? I don't understand. Oh, I have a sneaking suspicion. Yeah, like I can buy respirators. Right now we have 694,000 respirators. So just over 500,000 respirators. Population being 32 million. People are saying you can... Oh, whoa. You can only order from specific countries, huh? Alright, well... I'm going to want to get at least 1 million respirator masks. No, 15 million, so that's... There. Well, that's actually the max I can... Oh, no, the max I can go to is 900... Is 9.4 million. It's going to cost me $27 million. They want to sell it for... Can I just... No. We'll try... You know what? We'll just do for the actual current price. Cost over 3 years with interest is 37. Well, I'm just buying this right away, so we're gonna do that. Retirement age. I feel like I don't have a bunch of options. Like how? Voting rights. Like, I'm pretty sure I saw someone where they had, like, a whole bunch of different options to, like, restrict entry into the country and things like that. That's very weird. Legislate self-driving vehicles? Okay, so right now they're allowed, but if I probably do anything further, people that are associated with the businesses and stuff will be mad at me. So right now, our revenues are 694, our expenditures are 672. So we're making 20. We're making money. Someone also said that you can actually see if you go to, I think it's AIDS. So I think it says here, someone said I think this is how much you're paying back in money to your debt. How much is this game like? Sorry, not actually that much. It's very, very different. Still geopolitical, but it's more on the side of politics, internal politics. You know, I mean, this section right here alone, if I can find it, taxation, for example, just like, boom. All the different taxations and things like that. Like that alone right there, that just the tax page right there shows you how different the games are. I'd say SRU leans more heavily on the military side, while Geopolitical Simulator is more based on the actual like economics and all that stuff. Civil servant, so that's all salaries. Okay. What I want to see though is, like, even here, right? If I go to industry, for example, Like for example, in Supreme Ruler Ultimate, you can't really like industries are pretty much, you know, commercial goods, industrial goods, and military goods. Well, this I can actually select specifically, like bauxite, and I can actually, you know, subsidize or do something with bauxite or biotechnology. So there's an actual biotechnology industry in your country, and you can actually, you know, tweak it a little bit. It actually shows you everything. So right now, for example, Canada produces almost 1% of the world production in biotech. We consume 2.5% of the world's biotech. We're in the negative, so our trade balance, so this basically says how much we trade in or out, so import export. We're currently importing $153.35 million worth of biotech a year. And then here it tells you the starting numbers when you first started playing, so you can kind of see the betterness. Sales, it's saying we're making $1 billion in sales. It looks like the profit is $8 million in $8 million. Profit. See, some of these things I don't understand, like profitability index, or sorry, productivity index. So some people say the higher this number, the better, obviously things are. Basically, the more productive you are internally. But then some people explain that, like, for example, you have to, I think it's sector infos. It depends on the lower tier of the triangle of stuff. So, like, for example, as long as they're getting all their pharmaceuticals and all their chemicals, they're good. Like here, if we're like, yeah, it's weird. And then it has like income tax, so how much money you're making off the employees, because currently 0.16% or 0.16 percent of almost a quarter of a percent of our overall people working are actually, you know, working there. So it's actually 28,000 people, or 28,570 people are currently working in the biotech field, and we're making 0.002% of our money from income tax from that. Apparently sales price is 100. It's not changed or gone up or anything. Price index, I'm assuming that's okay. That's the price including taxes. So that's the taxes, like, so like, you know, we're charging tax on it and stuff. And then supplies, if we're having issues. Right now we have 100%. We're good to go there. So overall, this is pretty interesting. So right now, yeah, no current contacts. Someone was telling me as well, why am I getting these pop-ups? I'm paused. There is something you can click. GDP in dollars, like here. No. So we're exporting $824 billion worth of goods. We're importing $12 billion, or $1.2 trillion worth of goods. So right now we have a negative trade balance of almost $500 million, which we're gonna have to do and tweak a little bit. One thing, as you guys, if you watch some of the let's plays I've done, I try to get into OPEC to get things going, but yeah, it really didn't work. There's supposed to be a way that I can look up all my stuff. Like all my goods, all my stuff, all in one shot. What is this? This is not the information that I wanted. Farming. No, it's not clicking on the dude. Clicking on this. There's supposed to be a way that you can see all of your stuff. Okay, so it's not double clicking. Those are map filters. Apples. Here we go. Okay, it took a little while. The game sometimes cannot be the most intuitive. It looks a lot more simpler, but it displays a lot more information. Yeah, it's way more in depth. It's way more in depth. Like Supreme Ruler at the back end, when you look at like the economy and the way it's been simplified, very simplified. But here it's very crazy. Okay, here we go. This is what I'm looking for. Volume by year. Okay, so the button to press is agriculture info. So what I want to do here is say volume by year, and which one? So if here we go, trade balance. So anything here with a solid number, not a negative, is where I'm actually not trading enough. Like I'm not importing, but I'm also anything with a negative, I'm importing. And anything that has void written across here is something I can't make. So for example, right now, vegetables are my actual number one issue, in my opinion. Our overall production has gone up, but we're producing almost 0.25% of the world's production, but we consume 2%. Okay. So we have a trade balance of negative $3.9 billion. We're selling $6 billion worth of vegetables a year. Our profits are $1.6 billion. It's very profitable, apparently, or very, very productive. We only have 25,000 people working there. So I think vegetables is something I'm actually going to work on a lot right now. Just because that's the thing I seem to be losing the most amount of money on. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to exonerate their taxes. So right now they're now paying 0 taxes in this field. We're also going to subsidize them quite a bit. From this number, it says, from what I'm thinking, the 1-year forecast means that we're going to make $2.77 billion from all agriculture. So I'm going to use this as my theoretical number, because we have a $20 billion difference between how much money we're spending versus how much money we're making. So we're going to subsidize the vegetable people by $1.5 billion. So right now we're producing 0.262. If I confirm this, 0.326. Okay. Still pretty good. Still in excess and all that stuff. But we're going to be obviously increasing this over time, which is good. I think I'm going to bounce about a week. So there was a lot of laws and stuff like that that I put forth that I think may have just kind of screwed over my a lot of my stuff here. So I'm going to take a sip of my Timmy's. Sorry about not having a cam anymore. For some reason, I don't know what's going on. I moved my computer, and since I moved the computer, my cam doesn't work anymore. Just in OBS. It works like for work and stuff. Hey, climate adjustment reminder. Every year we examine the level of CO2 emissions worldwide, and we personally inform every world leader of their progress. Prime Minister of the UN is now going to personally inform each leader of projections related to global warming around the world, especially the collective efforts implementing reducing the emissions of CO2. So we're coming at the beginning of each year until 2030, the date which, as you recall, we set for a global to reduce CO2 emissions by 45% in compared to today. Get to work and we'll see you next year. Okay. Thanks for telling me what my numbers were. Information. Okay, there we go. In order to combat global warming, we can, of course, reduce CO2 emissions as a possible to look to CO2 capture as a solution. There are various types that we would like to help lower emissions immediately, but also absorb some of the CO2 that has been accumulating in the atmosphere since the Industrial Revolution. Add to that a process that converts captured CO2 into usable hydrocarbon to use as fuel, and it becomes a source of renewable energy. It does, doesn't it? Wait, how does it become renewable then? Because if we're using the old stuff, it's still a limited finite resource. We're just, because it's not going to be 100%, right? It's going to slowly trickle down. These processes are experimental by investing in the sector. Okay. Cool. I encourage. Oh, hey, there we go. We got ourselves all 9.4 million respirator masks. Thank you. Apparently, I signed a contract with the Americans for 9.4 million masks as well. I also did it with Malaysia, and I requested $9.4 million masks. Okay. We changed the minimum salary. We increased rental allowance. We created a 3-month military mandatory service. Holy Grail of nuclear fission. It's good. So, that won't do. Let me be straightforward. You're talking with the wrong path. I sincerely think you should reconsider your current orientation. I'm telling you, it makes me comfortable. Minister of the Education. I don't know what I did there to make her mad. Armed forces are with you. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh, because I said they had to pay more money. That's... Okay, I've actually already read all these. Okay, we're good. So let's just delete all this. Okay. So I think I'm done all the... I'm not giving money to anybody, right? Yeah, correct. I'm not. Oh, what's this? Oh, alright, so we have our official... Oh yeah, we were also refused from OPEC, which is no big deal. We'll work on that. But it looks like China had its first COVID death. Yep. It's actually had 3 deaths now. Okay. It's under immigration, maybe? Except integration processes. No, I can close down the border and just forbid entry in general. Okay, well, we're infiltrating the 3 groups in our country at the moment. We are going to, I mean, being Canada, right, we don't have the biggest international things. Like, maybe go to you and say Secret Service, create a network of agents, and maybe do, I don't know, 10 agents and just say dismantle terrorist groups. Well, kind of help the Americans get rid of terrorist groups there. Because right now, I mean, I'm not going to be a large player on the international scene at all. I mean, I'm Canada, for gosh sakes. So, you know. Someone told me to look at... couple things here. So, for example, change this to 7%. Change this to 6%. And then company taxes, if you can. We're going to reduce that to 4. And then we're going to look for an industrial pollution tax. We're actually going to change that to 0.5. Oh. So we're going to be reducing these 3 and this one to try and spur on the government and, you know, growth and things like that. I'm also told to look at look at this, but yeah, it's not doing anything right now. Inflation's at 1.85%. Budget? No. Maybe it was under growth forecast. There we go. So as you can see, we're actually looking at our growth forecast. We want this number right here, obviously, to be up as high as we can get it. So interesting. So our number 1 sales for stuff are tourism, coal, conventional gas, hydraulic electricity, aka hydro, chemical, the chemical industry, fuel, building homes, houses, and roadways, basically Canadian construction companies, non-conventional oil, conventional oil, and then utility vehicles. Interesting. Our GDP has gone up a little bit so far. Mind you, once COVID hits, everything is going to drop down like crazy. Our trade balance has gone up. We want it, obviously, to go down. So we're going to hop another week here. Well, let's say we had a strike because I did something. We'll see what I broke. Why? What? Why all of a sudden is my deficit this high? What happened? I was doing like so well up until like the because I cut taxes. Yep. What is it? Save emergency declared due to hunger. Good for you. I'm not interested in creating a space race. The reduction of minimum age requirements. Whoops. Okay, so I peed off a lot of people. Like I said, I'm pretty much assumed that this is not going to go much longer because I have already come to the realization that I think I screwed up. I'm just going to let these guys do their thing. I'm okay with that. Because they're just in the major. Oh no, they're in every major city. That's no big deal. It's just a change in requirement of age of retirement. Alright, so we have 18.8 million masks on the way, which is good. Generic respirator masks for the public, we got another 9.4 million masks. So these are just masks for people in general to wear. But yeah, we're going to tweak some taxes here because I think I just kind of screwed up. Tax is paid to the state by a company that is laying off. This tax is calculated according to the level of pay. Okay. Oh, like a 1% tax. Okay, so people don't like it, but we'll get a 69% in the House of Commons. What if I did 1.5%? So theoretically, this will make me $500 million. People will still be meh about it, so we're going to do that. We're going to institute a... There is a tobacco tax in Canada. There's a tax on cigarettes. So we're going to actually... A 5% tax on cigarettes. People aren't going to like it, but it's like, I need money. Half of 1%. We're going to put tax on lotto. People are pretty much not for it or against it. What about now? People are kind of meh about it. What if I do like a 2% tax on it? It's going to make me $96 million. People don't like that. Okay. So let's do 0.5%. Actually, what? No, let's do 25. 0.25%. It's going to still make us 12 million bucks. Okay. And people are kind of meh about it, so there we go. Deforestation tax. We're going to do just 20 for now. Everybody likes it. We're going to put in the carbon tax because I live in Canada and, you know, that's what the Liberals love to do. Tax me. I actually had $20 in taxes on my gas bill in real life. Oh, I just put that through without even looking. Well, everyone's going to like it anyways. Perfect. And then we're going to do this large digitals. Basically, any company that doesn't have that, I think it's intend to compensate for the loss of business tax owed by the massive digital companies to relocate their headquarters to different countries. Basically, this is to tax things like Netflix and stuff like that. We're actually going to make this a little higher. We're going to make this a 5% tax. Ooh, okay, no, that's not going to be 5%. Let's make this 1.25% then. Everybody likes it. Let's put that through. I did a gun tax and I got kicked out of the country and I lost my power. We're gonna increase our GST, or no, this is the HST, the harmonized sales tax. We're gonna round that up to 20%. People aren't gonna like it, but yeah, 88%. Put that through. I'm contemplating just averaging out a lot of these numbers here. These are going to be voted in. Okay. So once again, one of the things that kind of screwed up on right from the beginning is kind of doing large eggs. Yeah, cool. Yep. Wait, what did I just say yes to? I don't know what path I'm doing. I agreed to something and I don't know what I agreed to. Okay, well, hop a day and see what happens? Oh, yeah, I resigned. I accidentally gave up. Before you do that, though, I want to see. So if I go to health now. Okay, so there you go. So you have to have a case in your country first before you can take all the jumps. Because then there becomes a COVID-19 option. Even more. Pay transfer test policy. So I'll probably do like that. Just test everybody, to be honest with you. Testing policy. Wait, what? Oh, that's patient transfer. Whoops. Close that. So wait, so where's my person? So, Ontario. So realistically, we had 2 people in Ontario. It was a husband and wife. So that's a little very realistic. Okay, so we're going to start our step ups here. First, we're going to go to, I think it's immigration. No. Police. COVID-19. Regular guns, regular businesses, population lockdown. So we're going to restrict travel to the whole region. We're officially whole country. We're going to put that in. I'm assuming if we go to borders closed for citizens of at-risk countries, that means this is automatically going to happen. So we're going to do that. I don't like the fact that I can't access this stuff right from the beginning. Yeah, we're going to say, hey, everybody. We're going to do that, even though we're about to we're about to remove ourselves from office. Test policy for now. We're going to test everyone that has symptoms, and we're going to test their friends and family. Right now, we're not going to regulate the masks. We're going to say... We're going to say no, nothing there yet. We are going to buy... more masks, though. See if I can buy them from myself. Respirator masks. Yeah, we're going to buy some more of you as well. Can I not buy tests? Oh, there it is. Screening tests. I'm going to keep buying them from myself. So what's the maximum amount of tests I can get? 9.4 million. Okay. See, I don't like the fact that you can't buy anything or do anything until someone in your country gets COVID. Like, it's basically forcing your country to get it. If we look at the world numbers, there's now been 4 deaths, 1,438 cases worldwide. The current world is, wow, 1,560. Oh, well. Sure. I'm not too worried about any of that right now. I am going to jump to the next week. Boom. We've resigned. All right, so yes. So I screwed up a lot when I first started playing this, like a lot. Basically, I don't want to say I went on a spending spree, but yeah, I honestly don't know what I'm doing. I think playing the COVID scenario is not going to be the best idea. Just because since I don't know this game all that great, playing like with the I guess that would be the hard scenario. So we're select Canada again. I'm gonna turn all these down for now, just because I don't honestly know this game. I'm still trying to learn, right? I'm still trying to figure this all out. Can I change you? So none of these people are real. Can I change my party though? No. Okay, so I can't change anything. Okay. So we're going to try again, this time without COVID. Someone did tell me one of the things you got to do is do just large moves in your first 10 days or first 3 months. And then once your first 3 months is up, then do little things here and there, little tweaks, little modifications, little changes here and there. And that sets things up a lot easier for you.
The year 2020 promises to be an exciting year, especially with the Tokyo Olympic Games, which will captivate the whole world, and the suspenseful American election. In today's news, we have reports of continued unrest in Wuhan, China, which is quite rare in that country, it must be said. Unrest against the ban on having wild animals present in the city seafood market. Health officials made this decision following suspicious reports about market stalls this autumn. Keep in mind that many Chinese remain attached to these so-called wet markets because certain wild animals are used in traditional medicine and cuisine. So no pangolin on the menu this year, which remains the most poached animal species in the world. This concludes our broadcast.
All right, so basically, there's nothing to see here. All right, so we're playing as the Liberals here in Canada. So one of the things the Liberals want to do is play around a lot with the economy when it comes to switching from like oil and all of that stuff over to nuclear. That's the one thing they want to do. They just announced a new plan for nuclear reactors and things like that to be built around the country. In addition, there's also the plans of moving us off of fossil fuels in general. So what we're going to probably be doing here is playing along those lines. We're going to be putting kind of the we're going to be putting the pressure on the petroleum industry, while at the same time trying to fix a lot of things. So first thing I want to do is I want to make some money. So we're actually going to be removing all the money we're giving to countries around the world. There's a few reasons for it, and the main one is because it is a lot of money that we're actually getting rid of. It's $2.9 billion in economic aid that we are actually giving around the world. And that is money that I need to use to build things like nuclear reactors, spend money on teachers, etc., etc., etc. And also, I think this also puts me in a position where I theoretically am no longer a receiver or a giver on this thing, I think. I think I just go blank. Like, I'm neither. Or I'm not a giver, but that means I can theoretically receive money from other countries. And we're going to be doing a lot of things with our industry. Like, we're going to be subsidizing electric cars. We want to become the #1 producer in the world of electric cars. We're going to have to push, I think, the states out when it comes to that. But the plan is going to be a lot of electric car stuff, removal of fossil fuels. Though I will admit, I'm probably going to be building some fossil fuel stuff in the short term, just so we can basically just sell oil on the market and make some money. Though some people are saying is the way this stuff is set up, like the maps for oil and stuff like that, are not all that great. Now, this is also going to make every single one of these countries very mad at me. And you'll also notice, too, that we're now also shooting in the green here. And this is just from removing, you know, the $2.9 billion that we're spending on other people. And just basically giving away to other countries. And it's right now we can't afford it. We have a large debt that I want to cut back on. So we're going to try and cut the debt down a little bit. We're going to try and get the government growth, or the economic growth going as well. Because we don't have to worry about COVID. I don't have to worry about a few extra other things like spending millions upon billions of dollars on medical stuff as well. So this will be our first big thing is going to be a large tax reform. Where we're going to be bringing in some taxes that people don't like. But then we're also going to be sneaking in a few extra taxes here and there for businesses. Nothing too crazy. But we're going to remove the pollution tax. But we're going to bring in a carbon tax. I think, and in carbon tax is pretty much everybody pays, like including people. If it's like the real carbon tax that we have here. So people themselves will pay it. So we'll have to keep our eye out on that. We're not going to so much give people a tax cut as much as I just want to modify a couple taxes. And holy smokes, this is taking forever. I wish there was a simple button you could press where it's just like, hey, you know, I'm no longer giving money to everybody. On the right side, I think this also puts me in a position where I can ask the Americans to give me money too. I'm also going to look to see about renegotiating some of the debt that we have as well. Apparently that is a possibility where you can renegotiate your overall debt that you have. Like whoever you have it with, you can renegotiate. I'm assuming those are excluding the bonds that you have internally to your own country, because government bonds are secure in the fact that you're getting a percent, you're paying out that percentage, and that's it. I want to see if there's any negatives. Last time I did this, I ended up with 4 countries in the negative, and I didn't quite understand how countries could be paying me in the negative. But yeah, so if we do it now, yeah, see. It was really weird. So I look like Cyprus, the one I just gave them. Yeah, they're not getting any. That's weird. Yeah, we're not giving any money to the Ukraine or Japan for now. This is going to make a lot of people mad, but I'm not too concerned. So, taxes. We're going to do some big tax changes. We're going to create a carbon tax. We're going to create a new reform. And we're just going to call it Tax Reform January 2020. Confirm. So CO2. We want this for now. Direct taxes, emissions of carbon dioxide reasonable for whatever. So this is gonna make it 71 million bucks. I'm gonna look to see first. So people aren't gonna like it, but the government's gonna love it. I kind of wish it gave me a little bit more info other than, hey, it's gonna make you that much money. So if I did $1 per ton, intended to discourage the use of fossil fuels and will bring about gradual changes in the behaviors and processes of manufacturers, companies, and private citizens. Therefore, the amount should increase over the years and align with environmental objectives. In France, it includes a very okay. So I'm thinking we'll just do $1 per ton right now. I mean, the government really loves it. What if I did like $5 a ton? Oh, they like it even more. $8 a ton? $1.1 billion is what this is going to make me. 98.4% of the government is for it. The people don't like it. But, we're going to go with an $8. We're going to create this reform. So that's the first part of it. The second part is going to be a deforestation tax that's going to be tacked on. And it's going to be a $20 hectare. Yep, okay, good. This is going to make us an additional. Now, this is the part where we're going to get sneaky, right? Like, we're still politicians. So we're going to slide in a gun tax of 0.05%. We're going to add it into the new tax reform bill of 2020. We're going to poll people. Okay, so actually they're not mad about it. Oh, that's because it was too small. This is going to make me 118 bucks. Like $118. That shows you how many guns are actually bought in Canada. We'll say a $400. Nope. How about a $100? Let's do a 30. We'll do a $30 tax So basically, when you buy a small caliber firearm, or a light firearm, so basically revolvers, guns, and things like that, you got to pay $30. We're going to increase. We're going to 3% tax on cigarettes. Right, we'll put that in there as well. A 4% inheritance tax. People are not going to like it, but we need the money, so we're going to do it. We're going to tag it onto the overall reform bill. I'm assuming these things here I can't change. Oh no, I can. Perfect. I can tack that on. This is going to be to increase our overall tax thing to 20%. Actually, hold on. What was it for? 19.36. We're actually going to increase it to 19.5. We're going to include it also. Okay. Tax on large fortunes is also going to go up to 2.5%. We're going to tack that on because people are going to like it. Yeah, we're going to pass. Strangely enough, my own party is not going to vote for it because they're all rich, right? But could care less. All the independents are voting for it. 53% of us are for it, and half of them are against it, so that's no big deal. So we're going to add that to the reform. The vehicle registration tax, we're actually going to change this to a flat $500. Shouldn't be a big deal. We're only upping it by a few bucks. Good. We're not making that much money when it comes off of the real estate tax. It's 22.89. So we're actually going to just up that to 22.9. We're going to just immediately add it to... Well, actually, hold on. Let's make sure people are actually going to like this. Yep. So we're going to add that into the reform as well. We're not going to touch things like employee Social Security. We are, though, going to increase the taxes per liter of gas, or quote-unquote petroleum products, to $7.50 a liter. And what we're going to do with a lot of this money is we're actually going to switch it and flip it in to electric vehicles. Liquor, no. Wine, no. Pornography, no. Tourist tax, no. The industrial pollution tax, we're actually going to turn it to 0. Basically, we're getting rid of the pollution tax. And tax on cannabis, of course, we're going to increase this to $1.50 per gram. People aren't going to like it, but it doesn't matter. So those are all the first major changes. So overall, for nationalized sectors, we're making 1.2. I'm assuming this is in the millions. That's no big deal. If we go to legislation, change of taxes, we're fine there. I'm not going to change anything there now. I want to know, is it Parliament? Law history? Law in progress? See details? Oh, here we go. So right now, no, that's the law on real estate tax. I'm assuming this is 78.4% for the reform. Yeah. Because say if I click on inheritance tax, it's a see details, 78.4%. Okay. Hey, Sheer, can I talk to you, please? And let's see if the two of us can come to an arrangement where you can like me a little bit more. We'll jump a day. So people don't like a few things, but that's not a concern right now. Yeah, suppression of economic aid. I gotta get rid of a lot of these. So a lot of people play this on real time, but I have found that playing on a day-by-day basis or week-by-week basis is okay. So yeah, so the first thing we're doing is obviously this big tax reform, where we're going to be bringing in, hopefully, a lot of money into the Canadian economy, or, well, into the coffers of the government, which we're then going to immediately turn around and so that's it. So we have a current riot, or a demonstration, because the government, quote unquote, or me, being, the government in power, has zero interest in motor racing. That doesn't make sense. So I'm assuming it's because I haven't given any money to motor racing, but that's not where I want to send money right now. We want to actually spend money on our industry and things like that. That's actually something I need to do as well. I need to go farming. I need to go to... Oh no, industry. Sorry, I'm in the wrong spot. I need to go to industry. And I need to go to water. So the water supply networks, basically everything uses the water supply networks. You name it, but it uses it. So we're going to exonerate it from taxes. And actually, if I nationalized the water, how would people feel about that? Everyone would actually would like that. It would cost us $16 billion. The state can have different reasons for nationalizing, acquiring a strategic sector, securing jobs, or reaping the benefits of a sector, but all of the expense of a certain loss of profitability. The state acquires the shares of nationalizing companies, takes over by taking them over several years. On the other hand, when privatizing, the sale of the state shares to private investors, blah, 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 blah. So I might just become a minority shareholder. Because right now, we produce 2.9% of the world's water networks. We consume 2.5% of the world's water networks. We have a plus trade balance of $380 million. Meaning we actually export $380 million of water. I'm going to assume it's a year. We make $7 billion in sales. We make $18 million in profits. We make some money, blah, blah, blah. 222,000 people, or 1.23%, or 1.25% of our people work in this field. Now, here's the thing, right? we take over this and we're making bank right from the beginning. We're making $15 million. So we put more money into the water supply networks. Not only will that help our coffers, but then when you also think about it, the water supply network, one of the main things about it is it pumps. Well, it's the water networks like that actually help your agriculture and things like that. So I'm tempted to take over that. Then we bring the price of water down internally to the country to make our agriculture cheaper or our agriculture better. And then work on pumping out agriculture. And then once we have agriculture kind of under a good situation, we can figure things out. Now, also what I can do, I need to go like that. If we look at the trade balance right now, our trade balance like agriculture, we produce almost a quarter of the world's quote-unquote aquaculture. So if I actually go look at aquaculture, if we just looked at fish in general. Okay, you actually have each. What about fishing? Okay, so if we look at our overall fish, we have a negative $1.1 billion trade deficit. We're producing almost 1%. We're consuming basically twice as much. So you're 2% of that, and you're 1%. Okay. So, a couple options here. Option number one is what I'm thinking of doing just initially, is popping to all activities and just popping in a generic 50 million into every single business for now. Actually, you know what? Let's wait for these new tax reforms to go through first.
Your politics are on the right track. At last, the fatherland is ahead.
Yeah, okay. Here's the thing. I don't know why you're sitting in. Like, I can't talk to you. I can't. I don't know what that dude's problem is. You changed the deal on ecological issues. I have to say that you are positioning yourself to be a real rampart against the looting of the planet in the name of our children. Thank you. Well, just wait, because I'm going to be building a lot of oil rigs, probably. When is the... so you're not telling me when this is actually good to go. Hold on, vote. They're not... date of vote, there we go. 114. Oh, I select you, it should say 114. Okay, perfect. So these are all the different things we're doing. And right now it's an 85 point... Wow, it's actually gone up. Oh my god, Andrew Shear. Oh, you look so bad.
No thanks.
Coffee.
My ulcer can't take it.
Oh. I should have champagne then.
That's not to be turned down. You're not bad yourself.
No
problem.
Good. Gun tax.
I'm sorry, but we still disagree on some point.
Really? I'm not going to give you a ministry.
That's very...
Um,
No problem. No problem. No problem.
wow. So Andrew Scheer, the leader of the opposition, is going to completely 100% support every single thing that the main things that I wanted to do. Okay, we're going to end that meeting. If I then go into Parliament, not Parliament. Oh no, Parliament would be it, yeah. Law in progress and click this. No, still 85.8. Let's see if it goes up. No. Okay, still 85.8. Okay. Let's hop a week. Oh. Let's give it a second to catch up. Okay.
I must inform you that you
Final
can,
choices.
at your leisure, consult a summary of our files on...
Perfect. Every year we examine CO2 emissions, blah, 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 blah. I already went through this earlier with the last one. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you tell me I can recapture CO2 if I want to.
I'll give you a quick update on the sit-in.
Yeah, it's no big deal.
Your conservative management combined with growth prospects reflect a...
That's no big deal. Yeah, I'm supposed to have a meeting with you, aren't
For the moment, we have...
I? Don't I have a meeting with one of these guys? Okay, so it just skipped my meeting with him because I skipped a week? Oh. Oh, that's stupid. Okay, well then let's go a day. Public finances, public finances. I wish I could click on that and see. You know, you can click here. No, not there. Nope. Nope. There we go. So it's just one public finances, and that's it. So we're loved.
The movement seems to be blowing itself out.
Oh, that's good. I think it's finances is where I can see our growth. There it is. Okay, yeah, our growth. I think it says just over 1 point. Oh, yeah, right there. Oh no, that's budget. Is there another way for me to see growth? So growth is increased, which is cool. But I was pretty sure you could see like a better graph of it somewhere. Well, this is where I can change my debt. Like I can talk to people and renegotiate. But like the current rate is 0% on a lot of these. Let's actually... Yeah, let's talk to you. Okay. So right now, the only people actually charging me interest is Saudi Arabia. I think. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for a country that I'm actually owe a lot less to. 15.2 billion. Let's do it that way. Can I do it that way? Yeah, perfect. I can do it the other way. I'm going to select South Korea. And yeah, we're going to have a meeting with you the next day. Because I just want to see what I can do about changing of those things. No, we're good there. Agencies. This is how everyone sees us. Cool. Total debt. Next quarterly loan. Okay. So, we're expected to pay, I think it's $8.5 billion in interest. And if I go to here, we're paying $31 billion back. So here's another thing too. Cost in billions. I'm paying out money apparently somewhere. I'm going to figure that out. Technically, I'm a donor. I'll have to look to see if you can change that. So overall, right now, we got a little bit of leeway going on for the moment. 114 is so the actual the vote is tomorrow. So right now, our revenues are our revenue is $706 billion.
The sit-in begins to run out of steam.
Cool. Is there not supposed to be a vote for this today? January 14th. Canadian Citizens Movement, aka the NDP, apparently does not like me. So do I have to go to the next day, maybe? Let's look at the newspaper real quick. Sit in. Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces pays tribute to the actions of the government. Sit in. Government climate policy person.
Reactor online.
Oh, someone
Sensors
just subscribed to the
online.
channel. Thank you very much.
Weapons
It didn't tell me who it
online.
was.
All
Sean P.
systems
Thank you very
nominal.
much. Popped up, right? I'm going to assume that popped up. There should be a little thing that popped up on the screen there. Yes, we're going to go to the next day, and I think that's when it'll be. Oh, I got more. Still 706. Yeah, the law has been passed. There it is right there, yeah. So there's some demonstration. So still motor racing people are not mad at me. Nuclear fission stuff. Okay. So click real quick. So some people are happy with the economy, security. Some people are health. Old folks apparently are not happy at all. The automotive industry, because we increased the taxes on oil on gas. Environment, purchasing power, nah. Okay, so you're still the National Club for Drivers' Rights. Okay. Well, we're going to bring in police reinforcements. We're going to deploy armored vehicles to strategic locations. The irony in that should be whatever. And I want to appear on TV. So they're mad because I'm making them pay a little bit more for gas. Alright, so revenues have gone up a little bit. to 707. That's okay. That's good. So we can still, if we want to, put a tax on industrial pollution, which we're not going to right now. We are going to look at currency, finance, right? So growth right now is showing down. Is there a way for me to get like a bigger? No. So growth is still in the positive, but it's 1.2 at the moment. We'll see how things go from there. We're going to obviously start throwing some money around.
The vote was held and the reform was adopted.
You know full well that in our services, the empathy curve usually stays close to zero. However, I have placed my agents under surveillance, and I can assure you that after what you've done for them, you're in the good...
I don't...
The demonstrators intend to send a powerful signal of their opposition to the government. Up until now, we have no serious incidents to report.
We are awaiting your instructions to direct operations.
Yeah.
The rioters have...
The current situation is critical. I ask you all, led by your conscience, to measure the impact of the current unrest that is shaking our country and to return to reason. We must stop the violence and resume the path of dialogue.
Okay. So reinforcements have been sent in.
Your television appearance does not seem to have fundamentally changed the course.
No, so you didn't do
The
a...
rebels have stopped fighting. Our actions on the ground have definitely made an impression.
Okay. So, it's been going on for 2 days. If I go over here right now and look, they're all there. There's a lot of them. But it's not a major thing, so... Oh, yeah. Here we go. I'm going to offer you a coffee.
Sure. Dark and strong, please.
Champagne?
That...
Negotiate.
Very well. What kind of offer do you wish to make us?
What about a... down to 3%?
Very well. We accept your offer. It's nice of you, but I don't... Very kind. You're not bad.
Alright, we're good. I'm not going to try to bribe you. Yeah, we're just going to leave that be, because we're already going to win that, and I'm not going to take control of the riot. But we go into our debt stuff. Let's take a look here. Okay. Expenditures are 697 billion. Let's hold off. I'm just trying to think where I want to start spending money. I would like to... probably dismantle these. Save us some money. Salary I'm going to keep. Missiles, we're actually going to go down to 500. You are going to go down to 200. We're going to save ourselves $9 million just from that. Construction, we're not going to do anything. dismantlement, we're gonna remove. We're gonna get rid of. What? Oh, I have to have the base is actually empty. Okay, never mind. Legislation. I'm not gonna do anything there. Yeah, we're not gonna do anything there either. Well, that's right. We wanted to start looking at. You know what we're gonna do? How is our energy? Some people are saying is, the more energy you have in surplus, the better your things will go. So before we do anything, if I went to 3G nuclear and said I want to control it completely. Okay, everyone's going to be for this. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do a power act as well. We're going to try to basically get ahead of 3G nuclear. So yeah. So we're going to nationalize 3G. We're going to create a new reform. We're going to call it the Power. We're going to also spell it wrong. Reform January 2020. The first thing is we're going to nationalize 3G. We're also... Oh, well, yeah, I can't do anything but subsidizing yet. We're also going to look at the fuel industry. And can I also take control of this? This costs $300 billion. Never mind. Going to do any of that. We're gonna kind of boost this up a little bit. We're gonna give $10 million to the fuel industry for now. We produce actually, what if I'm producing 2.3 million? I want to. How am I? Wait. I don't understand this. Hold on. I'm producing 2.3 of the world's. I'm consuming 2. How am I importing? Oh. Wait a second. No. I don't understand this. How is there a trade balance? Balance of trade is 0. How is it that it's 1? This doesn't make sense. So how is it that I have a 0 trade balance, but yet I have a negative 176 trade balance? You know what? We're going to subsidize you anyways. We're just going to give you 50 million. Can I nationalize solar? It's not. It's yeah. It's way too much money. Oh, wind. Nope. Too much money too. Someone said if you click shift. Ah, it's right click. Shale oil, try that. Good. Average. Good. Good. Yeah. Someone said that if you use the shale north shale fields? Well, that's American. What about North America, though? I would prefer... Okay, so theoretically... hello? So, the game's frozen on me. We might be done our stream today. So I alt-tabbed out to look to see if I can find a map for oil. Because it seems like they've apparently used the oil and gas journal, theoretically, was what some people are saying, for oil. But, yeah. So we have officially a crash. Well, there you go. That happened. Alright, so what we're going to do... what do we go for? How long was that so far? Well, an hour and a half only. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to put a quick little break in here. And, gonna play some Cold Water's Epic Mod. Right, I'll be right back. Actually, let's load up. Let's also change the name. Let's not put anything in there. We'll save that. That name should now be updated. Cold Water should be loaded. There we go. Man, we'll play a new campaign in Epic Waters. We'll figure something out. I gotta try the new mod. Be right back. Oh, actually, let's get some sound. Let's get some music going. Oh. Oh, don't tell me you just crashed too. You didn't crash. Be right back. And we're back. It's going to take a few moments here for the game to kick into the main menu. There we go. So what we're going to try is playing as the American Surface Fleet. And we're going to see, theoretically, how this turns out. So far, every single time I've played, I've only gotten to the second mission, and then I've been just completely destroyed. Actually, that's right, 84 Surface Fleet. Oh, that's the Soviet Union. Hey, puppy. Okay, lay down, puppers. Lay down. There we go, streaming. There. Lay down. Lay down, buddy. Lay down, dog. Lay down. All right, so we're going to do... We'll play the Soviets. I'm going to have things like the Los Angeles class against me, so we're not going to do that. We'll do 2002 Surface Fleet NATO. We'll start a new campaign. So we can play as the Knox. It's got 24 stores. It carries Mark 46 torpedoes, Moss, RUR-5 Mod 1s. No idea what that is. Tomahawks and Mark 42 guns. See, the issue here is I don't have the ability to launch a helicopter. So yeah, you're 24. You're 22. Oh, we only have the Knox or the Belknap. All right, well, we'll be the Knox. We'll see what happens. Before we do anything, though, I need to look up real quick. Is it downloads? Is where the Epic... Yeah, Epic, there it is. Yeah, I need to open up the README. Because it just tells me how to use things. Okay, here we go. So anti-missile chaff is delete. The towed array is backspace. Open fire from artillery is enter. Shift enter is to use the RBUs. Then we can set map markers. Okay. So some of these I've never used before, so we're going to have to see how that all works out. So yeah, so we're going to go with the Knox for now. The Sims. My biggest concern with this whole thing is going to be having to go up against, like, you know, like multiple subs. And we're going to be, you know, not in the best of positions. Okay, what is this? This looks more like a modern 61. Kursk. So is this a modern scenario? If this is a modern scenario, yeah, it's 2002. We're in a Knox, which means we're going to be going to things like Akulas and things like that. We're going to get obliterated. Intelligence reports enemy above water tactical team preparing to depart from Murmansk and for patrol and immediate close. Oh yeah, we're going to get obliterated on our first mission. We're going up against an actual a Soviet task force, and I'm in a Knox frigate. Okay. Well, let's change things here. First things first. Can I have more than 8 missiles? No, I can't. I mean, I might as well load up with the Tomahawks. These aren't going to be important. Moss aren't going to be important. Maybe I'll be able to use some of these Mark 46 torpedoes. Like maybe spread them. But yeah, the Tomahawks are going to be our #1 weapon, obviously. I mean, there's the fleet right there. It's even got a fleet icon. If I was a sub, I'd wait to hit it somewhere along the coast. Or sorry, along deep waters, but I can't. I'm not muted, right? No, we're not. Okay. So, I mean, I'm going to be going up against things probably like the... like, there's no point in me being slow. Like, I have to be going full throttle.
Sonar new contact bearing 080. Designated Sierra 1. Con sonar, we are cavitating.
Of course we're cavitating.
Make turns 428 knots. Maneuvering.
Oh, this actually might not be a bad thing.
Con sonar new contact bearing 065. Designated Sierra.
Oh no, they're
3.
all that way. Oops, I hit the wrong button.
Con sonar new contact.
Alright, so we already have a... Wait, well, it's a torpedo, so that's not
Con sonar new contact bearing.
the worst.
Launch transient from.
That might be. So I'm just immediately going to launch...
Con sonar. Con sonar. Con sonar new contact bearing.
So,
Power control has been damaged.
I've already been hit.
Con sonar new contact bearing 069. Designated Sierra. Damage control parties. Clear the control room. Con sonar new contact bearing 029. Designated Sierra 10. Con sonar new contact bearing 063. Designated Sierra 11.
Okay, this is probably going to be bad. Shift Enter is the RBU, whatever that is. Oh my god, this is sure. This is surface. Let's pop all our radar and stuff like that. Oh my god. Oh my god, is it a Kirov class? That's a Kirov. Oh my gosh. Yeah. What? And we have a... Russian sub. Let's try to scare it off more than anything. Let's pop another missile at the Kirov, because, like... There is no way, like that guy's sitting right there and he's just... Ugh. Like, we got that guy right there. And that's the Kira. This is insane. I'm only going 12 knots because I'm damaged. There we go. Alright. Doing a little bit better now with engines. Alright, I'm officially out of harpoons. So I took the maximum amount of harpoons that I could. Well, you're down, that's good. Turn a little bit in. Alright, so far we've sunk one ship. Huh. We've taken quite a bit of damage. We're down to apparently 1% health. Because, you know, the Navy decided to send a frigate against a battle group. Everything else is out of range at the moment. Oh, we're shooting. Jesus, this is loud. Oh, hey, we took the car out. Oh, is that... No, because the Sierra's over there. Apparently our hull is down to 0%. And we're sunk. So for some reason they did pop some anti... One of mine? That's one of mine. And there we are. So look at that. We got sunk on our very first mission. We sunk a Kara. We sunk the Goretia 3. We damaged the Kirov, and everything else got away. And our frigate got obliterated. Oh, but we got a new ship. Okay, well... I'm gonna go with another Nox. It's the Mercure. This is where I get obliterated on a second mission. Enemy submarine... Oh, come on. Okay, so we have to hunt down... Okay, so I don't need any of you. I'm going to need a lot of you. You're fine, and then you'll be fine. Well, let's actually cut you down to 4. Then we'll up you. Now, on the bright side, we will have that. The anti-submarine missiles, so we can, luckily enough, stay off like, kind of cut some distance between the two of us. So I'm assuming that's them, meaning I'm going active immediately. I'm gonna assume that guy right there is my target. There we go. Okay, so we're already being fired at, which is a good thing. So I know Sierra 2 is right there somewhere. I'm going to fire a Moss directly down here. If I'm not mistaken, this is not the advanced Moss, so I can't control it. But I'm going to get off target, or hopefully get away. Oh, wow, you're... Well, okay, well, that's not where you are. Really? That's where you are? Yep, that's where you are. You're running really deep. That's where we go. A couple more. We've got 7 more of these things, so we're fine. I'm gonna be using the yeah, there's those. There's no way you're there. Really? Well, you've gotten away with a lot of things, haven't you? Put another one behind you as well. There we go. So I'm not too concerned right now. I would like to close the gap, though, so I can use regular torpedoes. Oh. They're being chased. It's getting chased. Oh, come on. I mean, I'm playing as a ASW frigate, so I should be able to knock this guy out. But I mean, he's going to be able to do all sorts of stuff to get away from them, right? Come on. So see, now he's going to come at me, but now those torpedoes there are going to come at him. So now I'm going to lob 2 more. And I'm going to put this right between the 2 of us and try to get some space by going 180 immediately. Forgot to reload my torpedoes. You're in my minimum range at this point. I kind of screwed that up. Oh, come on. Okay, I'm now officially out of my anti-missile, or my my missiles for my torpedo, for my shift enter is the RBUs. Is he getting distance on me? I'm trying to get... This is actually pretty hard. Pretty much been playing on the tactical thing this entire time. What? Did I just hit my own torpedo? I just hit my own torpedo. The torpedoes I have are crap. At least I got my own ship, but yeah, that was not good. Okay. So I need to definitely work a lot harder on, whoops, the mod there. Myself and my skills and stuff like that. But with that in mind, thanks for watching, everybody. I will see you guys next time. There should be 3 videos up this week, recording-wise, of Islands, probably a new Power Evolution, and actually probably 2. Islands, and I don't know what the other one is off the top of my head, but there will be 2 on Tuesday and Thursday. With that in mind, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.